Good evening and welcome to Silverstone for the Next Gen Racing iRacing Season 20 Legends Ford 34 Coupe. My name's Alex Everett, this is Crest Autosport presenting to you on the Next Gen channels and our own Crest Autosport channels, Next Gen Racing. Tonight, as we said, we're in Silverstone, just off the A43 in the East Midlands of Northamptonshire, England, UK, 65 miles northwest of London. And this track, the Silverstone facility, first built in 1948, originally a runway, and there's still resemblance of that on this circuit. It hosted the first ever Formula One Grand Prix back in 1950, and it holds a significant place in not only British motorsport, but world motorsport. Today's layout, not the full layout of Silverstone, the shorter national layout. Small in length, as we mentioned, of 1.6 miles and 2.6 kilometers long. It's not long at all, but it is one of the most exciting circuits in the world. The layout is most notably used for localised and national events, in particular the TOCA series featuring the British Touring Car Championship. Not many turns on this track either, as you can see by the very simple layout on the picture there. Only 6 turns, 4 to the right and 2 to the left, and there's only actually 4 braking zones on this circuit. So, here we are at Silverstone, and let's get into the action straight away and see what's going on in regards to practice right now, with qualifying coming up in about 13 minutes time. And in practice at the moment, top of the standings, Bobby Thompson. Now Bobby Thompson only entered the server a couple of moments ago, and he's already gone quickest. That's Bobby. But 2 ex-BTCC drivers, I was going to call them legends there. They're legends. They're driving legends anyway. Bobby Thompson and Dave Newsham at the top, and Dan Holland has just nipped into 3rd place at the moment, with Mikey Doble in 4th place, and only less than a tenth between that top 4. So it's going to be pretty interesting tonight. But before anything, let's get into a sit rep on the championship and what we've been through this championship and what's coming next. So first of all is the layout of the championship. So the iRacing NXTGEN Legends series started off all them weeks ago at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. Donington Park was next, followed by Lime Rock Park, which featured 2 weeks ago, and last week was Oulton Park Island Circuit, and what a race that was. Today is the Silverstone national layout for round 5, of which at the end of today will be the halfway point of the season. We'll have a week off next week, but then we're back in 2 weeks' time for the Snetterton circuit. The 200 layout, which is the outer ring of Snetterton, used some years ago in the British Touring Car Championship. Round 7, we're back in the States for the Daytona bike course, and not the road course we know so well with the 24 Hours of Daytona. It is the bike course, which was once used with MotoGP, I believe. Round 8, Oulton Park, an Australian circuit which is now technically fictional as it doesn't exist. It was demolished some years ago, but its legacy lives on iRacing. Similar to Suzuka, Oulton Park is, where it has a crossover bridge section on the circuit. Very much looking forward to that race there. Round 9, Bristol Motor Speedway. So round 9 and round 10 are both oval circuits, but the first is the traditional tarmac oval of Bristol Motor Speedway, a very, very short oval, which has been popular recently due to its feature in the NASCAR series, but the dirt layout. But we'll be using the tarmac layout of Bristol. And the final round, another free track, Lanier Speed Park for the dirt oval. So these drivers will have to test their skills on 3 different mediums of iRacing: circuit racing, oval racing, and dirt oval racing. The only one that's missing out of iRacing's mediums is Rallycross, which is a big shame. I would have liked to have seen a Rallycross track like Barcelona on this calendar. As for the championship, we have got Mikey Doble at the top of the standings still, but Bobby Thompson in 2nd place, closed in a little bit after the previous rounds. And in 3rd place, a bit further behind Bobby Thompson, 25 points behind, but the battle for 3rd between Dan Holland and Ollie Peters is very, very exciting indeed. 5th place is taken by Jamie Dory, who was in the top 3 coming into Oulton Park, but a bad round for him has dropped into 5th. He's ahead of his teammate Lee Horn in 6th place. Lee Horn being the admin of the Race Room League on NXTGEN. Jamie Dory is the admin of this league, the Legends series on iRacing for NXTGEN. Matt Allen is 7th. And behind him is Dave Newsham, who's getting better and better as the season goes on. A nice, decent 2nd place for him in race 3 last week. Gavin Allen, 9th place in the championship, nice and consistent for him, as is William Full, who's another driver who's been improving dramatically throughout the season. 10th for him. And And there we go, that's the housekeeping over and done with. If you do want to get involved in this Legends series, as I've seen someone has messaged on one of the live streams, you can get involved by joining the NXTGEN Racing Facebook group. So search NXTGEN as it's spelt, as you can see it in the top left there, NXTGEN Racing. And you can join the group and get involved in any of the series that NXTGEN hosts, which includes iRacing leagues on Wednesday nights, this one the Legends, and there's a GTE series also being run on Friday nights, which I'm involved in, and I didn't do very well last week, hoping to do better this week. That's broadcasted also by Jacko Racing, so do check out that on Friday nights. Other series that NXTGEN host include Assetto Corsa Competizione, Race Room, of course, as we mentioned, F1 2020, Gran Turismo, plenty of leagues to get involved with. But to join this series, you'll need to message Jamie Dory. He is one of our drivers tonight. He'll be in the group. Just put a message on there, or find the admin yourself, Jamie Dory, and message him to get involved in this series. You can find the link to the Facebook group in the description of all these live streams, whether you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. So, let's have a look at the standings. So Bobby Thompson at the top at the moment, Dave Newsham in second place. Now, as we mentioned, he's been improving a lot throughout the season. Now, quite a proclaimed driver anyway is Dave Newsham, but he started off outside the top 10, and now he's wriggled his way into the top 10, and even better, he's only 7 thousandths of a second off top spot in practice right now. So, a good meeting at Oulton Park last week, an even better meeting on the cards for Newsham this week at Silverstone. We'll see. Mikey Doble in 4th place at the moment. He's in the pits, just hiding from us, but he's our championship leader, is Mikey Doble. Oulton Park wasn't a bad round for him. I mean, he got 4th in every single race. Still notching up good points and getting through the pack where and when he needs to. And just a reminder, just need to flick this image back up. Actually, well, yeah, I will. Yeah, it's a 3-race format for these races, something I didn't mention. We have qualifying coming up on the hour of 8 o'clock UK time. And qualifying will be 15 minutes in length, followed by a 15-minute race. We'll go away for a quick break as we set up for race 2, which is another 15-minute race, but there is no qualifying for race 2. It is a reverse grid of the top 10 finishers from race 1. So if you finish 10th in race 1, you start pole for race 2. After the 15-minute race of race 2, we'll go away for another break, and race 3 will return with a full reverse grid. So potentially up to 20 drivers reversed on race 3, and that'll be another 15-minute race. So that's what to expect tonight, and we've got qualifying coming up. And it says 5 minutes time, but I've got a feeling they will switch the session over very, very quickly, very, very soon, so we can run on time. 19 drivers, a few less than there were last week. Now, everything opening back up again in the UK, woohoo! Which probably means people are, seeing family and, getting kids out of the house and that sort of thing. So, rather expected to see a few less people today. Watching the 2 NXTGEN drivers come into Maggots there. That's going to be a prime overtaking opportunity, is Maggots. A long right-hander, whereas the Formula 1 circuit is just a quick shoot off to, chicane left and right, but it's a long right-hander on this circuit as we go down the Wellington Straight, which goes into Brooklands. Let's see if we get a better camera angle. That's a better camera angle of Brooklands. And then into Luffield. Long, long right-hander that has seen many, many different variations of the corner over the years. And Woodcote, which is normally a long right-hander in previous, well, not in previous years, in past years, particularly in the 90s and the 80s. It was a chicane. Copse Corner, as being Copse Corner, is one of the most popular corners on the track. But this circuit where the pit lane is on the Woodcote Straight there we just saw was the pit lane for many, many years at Silverstone since its first existence. But now the main start-finish hub is on the other side of the circuit, just after the club corner. Eyes on Bobby Thompson here, who has done a faster lap in the last few moments or so. Stretches away from Dave Newsham just a bit, but still less than a second between the top 13. And with that, yeah, we'll just turn that off. Here we go. Now, I was expecting the server to be moved on, but we might have to wait it out for another 2 minutes. But qualifying is coming up very, very shortly. But your top 10 at the moment in practice, and the ones to look out for certainly based on their pace. Bobby Thompson at the top, Dave Newsham second, Dan Holland in third, and championship leader in fourth, Mikey Doble. Matt Allen in 5th place, that's a strong one from him. Ollie Peters in 6th place. Richard Poulter at his debut last week is in 7th. Colin Martin in 8th. Lee Horn is 9th. Gavin Allen 10th. And we were mentioning the top 13 only separated by less than a second, and in fact 14th place Jeff Perkis, just outside a second off the pace. But I guess if Bobby Thompson hadn't gone quicker, it'd have been the top 15 within a second. He had to go and ruin that. And something that will be important today is drafting. As you can see, the NXTGEN partnership doing so. So Lee Horn drafting and bump drafting Jamie Dory down the straight here. You've got to be so careful not to hook your bumper with the bumper of the driver in front. This is the issue with today. It's going to be so close between all the drivers. It's going to be a lot of side-by-side action, as it's a wide track and a very, very fast track. So do not take your eyes off. Anything can happen at any moment in today's race. And Mikey Doble has just gone a little bit quicker in actual fact. He was getting a draft from the NXTGEN pairing as we move on to qualifying. But Mikey Doble, last lap of the session, put himself in 3rd. Impressive from him. But we are live with qualifying. 10 minutes, not 15 minutes, as I said earlier. So not much time to do their times. Drivers leave the pits now. They burst out on the inside lane of Copse Corner. There's 2 lanes to leave the circuit here. You can take either. And away they go. So, whoever's at the front of this train is probably going to be of the least benefit, with not much draft ahead of them. Despite these cars being so small and not built on aerodynamics, they do draft really well. We have seen that in progressions this season. What makes them so difficult to get the upper hand on someone is their low acceleration rate. But let's keep our eyes on Bobby Thompson, as the fastest man in practice will take us on a tour very shortly of the Silverstone National Circuit. Not very long at all this lap, so it won't take long this tour, as he comes wide ready to start a new lap, straightening the exit to get as much power down this straight. He'll take a wide entry, or will he? No, he won't. He'll cut the corner nice and sharply to get plenty of pace on this front straight. Now across the line, heading up towards Copse Corner on the curve, using as much track as he can into the first corner of Copse Corner. Runs wide onto the curb. Now the run up towards Maggots. It'll be deviation to the left, braking heavy into the long right-hander of Maggots. Unsettled steering there, but Knight uses all of the road and a bit more as a spin just ahead, but not going to bother Bobby on this lap. Now down the Wellington straight. Very, very fast down here. Let's get the dashboard on, see what his speed is down here. We're up to 170 kilometers per hour, 175 just hit, and now down to third gear, Brooklands Corner, and quick burst into Lovefield. Nice and tight on the inside, runs it out wide to get a nice straight exit here out of Lovefield. Spin ahead again, tyres cold and getting the better of some drivers, but round Woodcote, and that is a lap of Silverstone National, just over a minute for these cars. And Bobby Thompson goes top. We're at the moment, anyway, with his first lap with a 106.4. Ollie Peters in fourth place there. Mikey Doble gone into second place. Not much between Doble and Thompson at the moment. Colin Martin in the 666 machine there, following the number 20 car of... That's Mark Flounders. Mark Flounders in 11th at the moment. So Martin getting a slipstream and will go up the inside. He's got the Smirnoff car ahead of him of Michael Smith to help him along still. Oh, if he doesn't hold him up. Going round this next corner here. Matt Allen has just taken third place, just nipped ahead of Dave Newsham. Dan Holland is up to fourth place. Jamie Dory has put himself into sixth place. Good start for him as he's drafting with Lee Horn and the 99 machine of Gavin Allen. Gavin Allen goes wide, as does Lee Horn, and Jamie Dory nips up the inside. This is qualifying. Richard Poulter has just put himself into seventh place in the Oreo machine there. He's driving that Oreo livery, as is Matthew Addy. So, not to get confused between those two. I don't know if they're teammates. Not entirely sure. Chances are they're not. Thompson and Doble already in the pits getting fresh tyres as we're over nearing halfway through the session already. Now, anyone else completing a lap? Dan Holland's got a bit of slipstream ahead of him as he comes out of Lovefield onto the Woodcote corner. And Dave Newsham puts it third place. Across the line he goes. Dan Holland, what can he do any quicker? Across the line he goes. No quicker, but Stephen Daly puts himself into sixth place. And he was behind Dan Holland, towing him along nicely. Stephen Daly, who did pretty well last week in race 1 at Oulton Park. Colin Martin puts himself into the top 10. That's a crucial position to be in, is 10th, as it gets you reverse grid pole for race 2. If you finished it in the race, that is. And Richard Poulter's just put himself up to 6th place. Very good outing so far from Poulter. Now, any surprises for us so far in drivers who haven't gone quite so quick? Yeah, Ian Crosby's one of them. He has been lurking around the top 10 in races this season. Hasn't got acclimatised to the track yet, it seems. 5 seconds down. Alfie Nichols in 20th there. New driver today. Welcome to him. Let's see how he gets on today. Newsham behind him there. Oh, there's a blinking in and out is Nichols there, and that put off Dave Newsham a bit. He had to back off, and that might have aborted a lap for him. But he's got enough time to do a few more laps. Now, there's a couple of drivers coming out of the pits on out laps. Holland and Peters, two of them. Foyle's in the pits, Allen's in the pits, Porter's in the pits, as is Whitehouse. Now Newsham waiting here. I assume he's waiting for someone to go ahead of him so he can get a slipstream. He is. He's waiting for that next gen train and Gavin Allen to go by, and he's going to get a slipstream off them. So see how Dave Newsham can get on this lap. Bobby Thompson, what's he up to? He is over a tenth clear of Doble in the standings at the moment. Pole positions wise, I think Bobby Thompson's had a few of them this season. 2 or 3, I believe. I'll have to check the stats later on. Doble out on his own as well. No slipstream for him at the moment. That's probably not going to help him when it comes to times. Up into 15th place goes Michael Smith in the Smirnoff Vodka car. As wide in the background there, I think that's Tom Delaney. Yes, it is. Stopped on the side. There'll be a yellow flag at Cops Corner, but he resets to the pits. Bobby Thompson. How will he get on here? Was this an out lap or was this a flying lap? Let's see how he gets on when he crosses the line. Doble crossed the line nearly 0.3 of a second, a quarter of a second off his original time. Peters has put himself into 8th place. Thompson only a 10th off his personal best. That still would have got him pole position though, the time he just set of a 106.438. So Bobby, despite not having any draft, still going very, very well out there. Doble's back there, not too far behind Thompson, but still not getting much draft. That will not help. Newsham crosses the line to finish that lap we saw him preparing for. 0.6 off his PB. Needs a little favour from the car in front, who has now gone back to the pits, I think. Oh, no, it's come back in. That was Gavin Allen. So a lot of cars pinging in and out in front of Dave Newsham tonight in qualifying. Matt Allen crossed the line a long way off the pace of his personal best, but 4th place for him. He'll be very pleased with that at the moment, as he is in the top 10 in the championship coming into tonight, and this will help him if he can get a good night out of this. Just over a minute to go, so drivers starting a new lap, including Ollie Peters, who has just gone a bit quicker with William Full helping him out in front of him. Oh, as he goes sideways, that'll be it for Ollie Peters, and William Full will carry on, and Peters gets himself out of the way of the traffic. Very well done from Ollie, but an uncharacteristic mistake to end his chance of qualifying any higher. 7th at the moment for him. Now, who else is there out on track? Thompson. Doble is just behind him. Dave Newsham has started another lap. He'll get to complete this as Dan Holland, just a bit behind him, has put himself into 3rd place. A little bit of a draft. It was in front of him, now behind him from the 20 machine of Mark Flounders. 3rd for him. Matt Allen will cross the line. And just shy of 0.2 off of his personal best. 5th place at the moment for him as he runs wide there. Might not have invalidated his time, it might have. Jamie Dory we've got to look out for. Look at the cars he's got ahead of him. Will this hold him up or will this help him? Jamie Dory's lap will probably be obstructed a little bit there. Now, anyone else setting new lap times? Jamie Dory comes across the line. Let's see what he does. Across the line, Jamie goes. He puts himself 6th place. I think he did that just then. Not bad from Jamie Dory on the final moments of qualifying. 10th place to William Full. That's good from him as well in the final few moments of the session. And there we go. Drivers finished up in qualifying. We'll get our grid for you very, very shortly. So there we go. We're going to form on the grid very, very shortly. Drivers line up on the grid. So this will be your grid. Bobby Thompson put it on pole position with a 1:08.3. Nearly 2/10 behind Mikey Doble, championship leader, in second. Dan Holland in third with Dave Newsham fourth. Matt Allen, his best qualifying of the season, in fifth, with Jamie Dory in sixth, hoping to revitalise his battle for the top three. Richard Poulter seventh with Ollie Peters in eighth, who is battling for third in the championship. Stephen Daly ninth, William Pearl 10th. Lee Horn is 11th with Colin Martin 12th. We would have run through the full grid, but it wasn't working for us. But we'll get ready to go with this opening race of the night. 15-minute sprint race once everyone has gridded up. But to continue on from the grid, as you can see it on the left there, Stephen Daly was 9th, 10th was William Foyle, 11th Lee Horn, Colin Martin 12th, Gavin Allen is in 13th, Ian Crosby 14th. Michael Smith is in 15th with Jeff Perkins in 16th, Delaney in 17th, Addy in 18th, 19th is Flanders, Nichols 20th, and in 21st is Whitehouse. But the lights are red and we're about to go racing here at Silverstone National Circuit. Away we go. And not a bad start from Bobby Thompson, who comes across the block from Doble, who also had a good start. Into turn one we go now. On the outside is... No, sorry, that's on the inside is Mikey Doble, and on the outside Dan Holland. Now we come down towards Maggot's corner. Long right-hander. In we go. Doble in the middle there, gets back up the inside of Holland. All these cars trying to go through. Maggot's all at the same time as Colin Martin run wide behind. William Fall there coming out of Maggot's, now down the Wellington straight. This is Jamie Dory following behind Matt Allen, but look at the front here. Thompson guarding off from Mikey Doble, and Dave Newsham was taking a look to the move as well. But couldn't quite make it. A swap of position so far between Doble and Holland. They come out of left field and onto Woodcote. Bobby Thompson leads at the end of lap one. Holland is second, Doble third. Dave Newsham is fourth with Matt Allen in fifth place, ahead of sixth place running Jamie Dory. Wide off there was Dan Holland. Will that slow him down a bit? He managed to get a good run on Bobby Thompson, I believe. Into Maggot's they go. Long right-hander. Oh, and wide there was a Crest Autosport machine. That was Oliver Peters. Ollie Peters, should I say. 10th place he has dropped to. And he'll have to make his way back up the order. Into Brooklands we go. We're watching Jamie Dory here battling for 6th place. Dave Newsham with a good run. Coming out of the corner here on Mikey Doble. He was running a bit wide there, but not going to get close enough just yet. Thompson still leads at the end of lap 2. Further back here, we've got Ollie Peters trying to make a charge on Stephen Daly. But the biggest mover so far on a difficult track to overtake on. Lee Horn up 3 places to 8th place. And he's behind his teammate Jamie. Thompson, he's got real close behind him. Dan Holland breaking into Maggot's we go. And a change of position there between Ollie Peters and Stephen Daly. And now Peters and Foyle battling each other a bit. Foyle had to avoid Peters coming back on the track a little bit there. And these cars are struggling to slipstream enough down this straight, as they're all... It's not top end that it needs to worry about, it's acceleration these cars struggle with, which makes it difficult to get alongside anyone coming out of a corner. So cunning is the essence here at Silverstone National in these cars. And that's Horn guarding off from Poulter. Oh, sorry, Dory guarding off from Poulter, and Lee Horn right behind him. Horn has made his way up 3 places so far, as we mentioned, as he runs a little bit wide at Copse Corner there. Poulter all over the rear of Jamie Dory now. Will he make a move going into Maggots? Backs out of it for now, as Jamie Dory locks up, and that allows Poulter to get up the inside and Lee Horn. And back here, that's Peters alongside Stephen Daly. And Peters has to go back out of it as William Foyle tucks behind and gives his teammate a push along. Dory and Horn alongside each other. Dory is back up the inside of Lee Horn. Will he retake the position? Yes, he will. Still runs wide at Luffield. Will he get a late exit? Try and undercut Poulter. He's going to attempt it, and back here, Ollie Peters still facing off against Stephen Daly. This is the kind of action we expected to see here at Silverstone. Side-by-side action for a very, very long time. Still on the inside is Peters. Copse Corner, holds it, and he may have completed it. Let's see if an undercut or an overcut, should I say, from Daly can happen. He's on the rear of Peters. And there's been a change of positions. Doble has got past Thompson, so we'll see if we can find how that happened. And I think Thompson and... Oh, that's really strange. I think Holland also had a slowdown penalty. Very peculiar. And Holland has dropped down the order. Holland is down to 5th place. So yeah, serving a slowdown was Dan Holland as well as Bobby Thompson. But Doble inherits the lead here. He won't mind that at all, being the championship leader ahead of his rival, closest rival, Bobby Thompson, as they start lap 6 here at Silverstone National. Just over the 3rd way mark of this race. Battle here between Poulter and Jamie Dory. Jamie Dory trying to get his position back from Poulter and Horn. Peters trying to close in on that battle to join it and perhaps get the better of it. Dory getting a nudge down the straight from his teammate Lee Horn here. That will not help out the Oreo machine of Poulter at all. But into Brooklands they go. The 2 next-gen machines get in front. Oh, and Lee Horn pushing too much has put Dory sideways and spins him round. Dory has to get it back on the track as quick as he can. He didn't have a good night at Oulton Park, and it's looking like he's not going well here so far at Silverstone. Down to 16th place for Jamie Dory, and we saw exactly what happened there. Just got pushed a little bit too hard from Lee Horn. Yeah, and Jamie Dory had to slip it sideways a little bit. Well, had slipped it sideways a little bit. And Lee Horn wasn't expecting it. Quite as simple as that. This is quite a battle here. Look at that, the top 2. Doble and Thompson, the 2 championship rivals, very close to each other. Thompson not letting Doble come across to take the racing line here. Thompson's keeping him hard on the inside, comes out to take the racing line, will take a deep entrance into Brooklands. What a move from Bobby Thompson to take back 1st place from Mikey Doble. And Doble gives him a little nudge to let him know I'm still here, and pushes him a little bit wide in actual fact. Doble's back on the inside, or has he? No, he hasn't. Thompson has got back in front. And look at that, Dave Newsham's now looking handy for the position right behind him in 3rd place. Dan Holland trying to make his way back up, having lost the positions from 3rd to 5th, closing in again on that top 3. So Thompson's back in the lead after serving a slowdown. Doble looks to the left side, which is the outside for the long corner of Maggots now. Thompson stays ahead. Doble tucks back behind. Good exit from Doble there. What will Thompson do? He'll stay to the inside. Doble will look to the outside straight away. And already Thompson's closing the gap with Doble. Gives him enough room on the outside to stay there alongside. Oh, Doble tries the dummy, but it doesn't quite work. Thompson has covered it. And Doble has to settle for the position at the moment. And Newsham is right on the rear of Doble now, as is Dan Holland in 4th place there. Ending lap 8 now. 5th place is closing in, which is Matt Allen. It's a good night so far for him. To Copse Corner. The thing is, it's such a wide circuit. There's really not that much room for error when you think about how difficult these cars are to accelerate, but how wide this track is. You can just use so much of the track to overtake someone, and you have to defend so much of the track from the drivers behind you. And look at this, that's Holland back alongside Dave Newsham. The battle for 3rd intensifies here as Dave Newsham and Holland come together on the straight, and both of them spin out. What on earth happened there? Right, let's get on board with these two just to see what happened. Oh, Newsham, it might be netcode, but Newsham came across and Holland, his wheel dead straight, and all he just saw was the white car come into him. He will not be happy about that. Definitely won't be. But you've got to press on. You've got to try and get yourself back up the order. Holland is down to 18th. And we got to get back with it as Thompson and Doble are still battling. But Matt, look at this. Matt Allen is up to 3rd place. What a dream race for him so far. I don't think he's finished in the top 5 yet this season, has Matt Allen. This is a brilliant meeting for him so far. Now, other battles going on. This is the coming back of Newsham. He was against Dorias. There's a spin just ahead there. I think that was Stephen Daly. He was battling with William Foyle. Oh, yeah, and he just understeered. William Foyle had nowhere to go, and Daly, his car just was going out there anyway. There was really nothing either driver could do, from my point of view anyway. And look at this, Jeff Purkis, up 7 places. Biggest mover at the moment in the field, with a lot of drivers spinning off and having collisions. Dory, Newsham, Daly, and Holland. Purkis is up to 9th. These two still close together though. Doble with the fastest lap of the race on that last lap then. No, he wasn't, sorry. Allen has set the fastest lap of the race. Allen in 3rd place, closing in actually on the top 2 here. Further back, Daly recovering. He's up to 12th now from where he was earlier, which was around about 14th at the start of the lap. A lap ago. He's got Crosby behind him, Newsham charging behind him as well. Closing in on Addy, who's the biggest mover of the field, as well as Purkis, 7 places gained. Thompson stretches away from Doble on this lap. More than a car's width between them now. And there hasn't been a Rizzler in between these drivers for many of the laps in this race. But look at that, only a 10th quicker was Bobby Thompson. That's how small the time margins are on this circuit. Now Matt Allen here, his point of view, there's the top 2 ahead of him here. He'll know that, and he'll want these two to squabble a bit more so we can close in just a little bit more, and that rear end getting real skittish with him. But 2 minutes to go in this session. Allen's got a clear track behind him and a near clear track ahead of him where he can potentially close in on these two. They start battling for the last, probably what will be 2 laps of this race. Poulter and Lee Horn battling here. Lee Horn got up the inside. Good move there. Let's just get another replay of that. Yeah, just late braking going into Brooklands. Very traditional move there going into the corner. Let's just see if Ollie Peters got the inside. No, he didn't. Ollie Peters in 5th place. Sorry, 6th place. Good comeback from him, having dropped down to 11th at one point in this race. And Lee Horn has dropped down the order here. Something's happened to Lee Horn there. Oh, he slipped this sideways at Cops. Oh, look at that. William Fall just about avoiding it. No, that was Ollie Peters there. Just about avoided him there. And that drops Lee Horn down to 7th place. It was looking like a potential 5th. And that promotes Ollie Peters up a position. Now, final lap will begin for these two. The top 2 in the championship, the top 2 in the race. Thompson versus Doble. Round the final corner they go now. Round Woodcote. Half a minute to go on the timer. This will be the final lap because when they come around that time will be expired and the checkered flag will be out. Down the main straight into Copse Corner. Tyres will be heavily degraded at this point. So it's important they don't go too wide at Copse Corner there. Both come out unscathed from the slowdown penalty threat that is Copse Corner on iRacing. Round Maggots, and look how close Mikey Doble was round that corner and coming out of it now. Right on the rear of Bobby Thompson, coming down the Wellington straight now. Thompson goes to the outside, doesn't defend just yet. Will Doble try the inside? He looked at it and Thompson goes to defend. Swapping his line again, guards the inside. Thompson takes the late cut on Brooklands and now he'll have to try Luffield as he pushes Thompson wide. And Thompson spins into Doble. Both of them spin and connect. Oh my God. And that's it. Now Matt Allen's been collected as well. What's going to happen here? Thompson gets away and I don't know where Doble has gone. He's off into the skies somewhere. Not sure what happened to Doble, the championship leader, but the two came together. Thompson will come through to leave, but to win the race, but for how long? Stewart's inquiry later might suggest otherwise. I'm not sure. Peters comes across in 2nd place. A brilliant comeback for him. Poulter 3rd. Lee Horn 4th and William Fall 5th. What a mix-up of the standings there. That was strange. Well, we have got to watch that again from the onboard. Okay, well, we will get that. Right. Thompson spun right into Doble and just didn't seem to... Oh dear! Right, okay. Let's try an onboard with that to see how good that looked. I shouldn't laugh about this because the two... straight into the back of him there. Oh my word. Right, let's try Bobby Thompson's point of view now. Is it not letting us... What? Okay. Right. Now this, we were going to go on with Bobby Thompson. Here we go. And he just spins it round. Still flooring the throttle as he's going into Mikey Doble. He might have thought, well, you've taken me out, I'm going to floor it into you. That might be what went through Thompson's head. But he goes away to win the race. So without further ado, here are the results. Unclassified, because there's always a post-race review, but Bobby Thompson wins. No, that's not our standings. That's not our standings. Try again. There we go. Bobby Thompson wins with Ollie Peters in 2nd place. But will Ollie get the win after a Stewart's inquiry after the racing tonight? Not sure. Peters 2nd with Poulter in 3rd. His best results with his debut last week. 2nd race tonight and a podium for him. Lee Horn recovers to 4th place after the spin he had later in the race. William Fall 5th place. Matt Allen 6th place. Could have won that race with Thompson and Doble coming together, but he finishes 6th in the end, having run too wide and spun at Luffield. Colin Martin 7th, Jeff Perkins 8th, Gavin Allen 9th, and 10th Matthew Addy. Newsham comes through in 11th with Stephen Daly 12th, Ian Crosby 13th, 14th Jamie Dorey, David Whitehouse 15th, 16th Mark Flounders, Alfie Nichols, newcomer tonight on his debut 17th, and Mikey Doble, a DNF, as have the same outcomes come to Dan Holland, Mike Smith, and Tom Delaney, all DNFs. What a dramatic race that was. But we're going to go for a quick break now just to cool off a little bit, and we'll be back very, very shortly with race 2. Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. The GP Box is an online marketplace for motorsports, merchandise and memorabilia. Browse for a whole range of motorsports products in all forms of motorsport. Take Formula 1 for example. There is a whole section dedicated to Formula 1 products from your favourite drivers, cars, teams or tracks from all eras of Formula 1. There are more series available, including WRC if you are a rally fan. You can even search for your favourite form of motorsport to see what products they have in your favourite forms of motorsport. Or, if yourself are a retailer in motorsport, you could set up your own shop within the GP Box to open up your products to a much bigger motorsport audience. Find out more at thegpbox.com. The GP Box is an online marketplace for motorsports, merchandise and memorabilia. Browse for a whole range of motorsports products in all forms of motorsport. Take Formula 1 for example. There is a whole section dedicated to Formula 1 products from your favourite drivers, cars, teams or tracks from all eras of Formula 1. There are more series available, including WRC if you are a rally fan. You can even search for your favourite form of motorsport to see what products they have in your favourite forms of motorsport. Or, if yourself are a retailer in motorsport, you could set up your own shop within the GP Box to open up your products to a much bigger motorsport audience. Find out more at thegpbox.com. The GP Box is an online marketplace for motorsports merchandise and memorabilia. Browse for a whole range of motorsports products in all forms of motorsport. Take Formula 1 for example. There is a whole section dedicated to Formula 1 products from your favourite drivers, cars, teams or tracks from all eras of Formula 1. There are more series available, including WRC if you are a rally fan. You can even search for your favourite form of motorsport to see what products they have in your favourite forms of motorsport. Or, if yourself are a retailer in motorsport, you could set up your own shop within the GP Box to open up your products to a much bigger motorsport audience. Find out more at thegpbox.com. Welcome back, and race 2 coming up here for the Next Gen Racing iRacing Season 20 Legends Series. My name's Alex Everett, your commentator tonight of Crest Autosport, bringing to you this broadcast on Crest Autosport TV on YouTube and Twitch, but Next Gen Racing hosting it live on Facebook. Welcome to all of you watching. Tonight's race at Silverstone National Circuit for round 5 of the championship, and we're coming up to race 2 very shortly here, which will be another 15-minute race where the grid is formed by the finishers of race 1, where the top 10 are reversed. And we'll go through the grid before the race starts in a few moments time. But a little bit more housekeeping before we get underway, just to remind you of what's going on this season in this championship. We started off all them weeks ago at Brands Hatch Indy. Round 2 was Oulton Park National Circuit, with round 3 in the States for Lime Rock Park. Back to the UK for round 4 last week, which was Oulton Park Island Circuit. And this week it's the Silverstone National Circuit. Next week, sadly, we have a week off, a week break for the drivers to rest and get some practice in ready for the second half of the season, which will resume in 2 weeks from today. Round 6 will be the Snetterton 200 layout, which is the outer ring of Snetterton. Round 7 we're back in the States, and it would be the Donington bike course, not the road course which we know so well with the 24 Hours of Daytona, the bike course. Round 8 and we're in Australia for now a fictional circuit where its legacy lives on. It's Oulton Park. Round 9 is the Bristol Motor Speedway, the first oval of the season, and the final round of the season, another oval but a dirt oval, Lanier Speed Park for round 10. This series is hosted on Wednesday nights by Jamie Dory, the admin or host of this Next Gen series. Next Gen hosts many series, including iRacing Leagues on Wednesdays and Fridays, which is the GTE series, hosted by Matt Emmons and broadcasted by Jacko Racing. So do tune in Friday nights for that, because I'm racing in it. But Next Gen hosts many leagues, including iRacing, Race Room, Assetto Corsa Competizione, F1 2020, Gran Turismo and other sims that I probably haven't named. But you can get involved in Next Gen Racing by joining the group that we've linked in the description of all of these live streams you might be watching from, whether it's Facebook, YouTube or Twitch. Coming up, we've got race 2, 15-minute race, where the top 10 finishers of race 1 will be reversed to form the grid for this race. And then later on we've got race 3, which is a full reverse grid. So keep an eye on those standings for anyone who finishes the race, as the last of them will be first on the grid for race 3. So here we are at Silverstone National Circuit. And drivers warming up, ready for what will be race 2, and it's only coming up in half a minute's time. So, what did we witness in race 1 there? Well, we saw great racing throughout the field, and then the final lap, it all blew up, where the top 3 just sort of imploded on itself. Where Bobby Thompson and Doble came together. Doble DNF'd from the race with his car just rather unrealistically flying off into the oblivion. Thompson went through to win the race, but a stewards inquiry after the race might change things. But something else to mention now, with Mikey Doble getting the DNF there. Now I have the standings in front of me in the form of the website on iRacing, so I can't show it to you unfortunately. But Mikey Doble's lead has been slashed considerably by Bobby Thompson now to only 11 points. So it gets real interesting now. But we've got to go through the grid for race 2 here at Silverstone. Matthew Addy starts on pole position with Gavin Allen second. Jeff Perkins in third, having come up the order a huge amount in that first race. Colin Martin fourth with Matt Allen fifth. Sixth, William Foyle. With seventh, Lee Horn. Poulter, who got his first podium of the season, starts 8th. Ollie Peters, who finished 2nd, gets 9th on the grid. Bobby Thompson will start 10th. Dave Newsham 11th. 12th, Stephen Allen. 13th, Ian Crosby. 14th, Jamie Dury.
Green flag,
and
green
we are
flag.
away with the racing. It doesn't last very long, but we are green here at Silverstone National Circuit, and into turn 1, Copse Corner we come now. Matthew Addy leads the way ahead of Gavin Allen through Copse Corner, and up towards Maggots we come now. All these cars shuffling for position already. This is William Foyle on the inside of Jeff Perkins going into Maggots here. Can they all get round safe and sound? Addy and second place runner Gavin Allen side by side. Look at them two, and Allen might have taken the position there coming out of the corner, and this 5 people going for the position now coming down to Brooklands corner. Don't take your eyes off this. Allen goes into the corner first. Addy's on the outside. Through Brooklands they go, and it might be, I thought it was going to be a 3 wide situation, and no it wasn't. They all get through very well indeed. On the inside there, Allen getting the undercut underneath Colin Allen there, and another undercut. That's Bobby Thompson going for 5th place on William Foyle, but Foyle covers it off very well indeed. Allen's back alongside, Addy's back alongside Allen. Into Copse Corner they go. Addy retakes the lead in Copse Corner there. Oh, coming out the corner, they all bunch up very close together. Look how close this is, coming into Maggots corner again. Allen's alongside Addy again, and Foyle is alongside Matt Allen. Into the corner they go. There's a lock up there from one of the front runners, but they all get through pretty well again. Look how close it is between all these Legends cars coming down the Wellington Straight now. There's so many 2 wides, I can't tell who's who. Allen is still on the inside of Addy though. Foyle's on the outside of Matt Allen in the 2nd row there. It looks like a rolling start, that's how close these cars are. Round Luffield corner they go. That's Thompson on the outside of William Foyle there. Still side by side is Addy and Allen. They've been side by side for pretty much the whole race so far, until Addy just gets ahead there. Let's see if Allen can retake that side by side position. Thompson there alongside William Foyle gives him room. Coming into Copse Corner they go. Foyle stays ahead and in 4th place. Addy goes very wide at Copse Corner there. And now Allen in the green 99 machine, back on the inside going into Maggots corner. William Foyle's on the inside of Matt Allen. Oh, and there was close contact between Matt Allen and Will Foyle. Matt Allen has had to back off, and look at that, Bobby Thompson's now alongside him, and just behind them, we can't forget about them, it's Poulter and Martin. Down towards Brooklands we go now. Oh, and there's a collision. That's Bobby Thompson. He got tagged, but I think it was William Foyle. We'll have to check that. But Bobby Thompson, who won race 1, is down the order already. And he rejoins the circuit in front of Flanders there. But look how close all these cars are coming out of left field. 3 wide there. In the middle there, there's Lee Horn on the outside. Colin Martin in the middle. So close between these drivers. Coming into Cobb's Corner they go. Who's going to give in? There's a driver struggling to find space in the middle there. That was Colin Martin as he slots back in on the inside. Doble's in the middle there. He is coming back through the order. Oh no, it's not. That was Dan Holland I was looking at there in the number 9 machine. Trying to get in between the Crest Autosport machine of Peters and Jamie Dury. This is so good to watch. It's like IndyCar racing, it's so close. Horn in 7th place. Now, I wanted to get a replay of the Bobby Thompson incident, but there's just too much going on. I just can't do it right now. Horn guarding off from Martin and Stephen Daly there. Coming out of the corner we go. Allen has got himself ahead of Matthew Addy. Something happened to Addy just then. Don't quite see what happened there, unfortunately, but let's get back with it. Addy's dropped down 3 places to 4th place now. He's now ahead of William Ford, but behind Matthew Allen. Gavin Allen in 1st place again. But he's got Poulter behind him. Poulter, who finished 3rd in race 1, has come up from 8th place so far. Good start there. Oh, look at that. That was Newsham coming together with William Foyle. He's off the track. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. Newsham on the inside. His car just bumped out into Will Foyle's car. Foyle has been involved in a few incidents today, a few contact incidents, but they've been rather unfortunate on him, I've got to say. Now Allen defending from Poulter. As we said, Poulter finished 3rd in race 1, and he's in 2nd right now, just ahead of Matt Allen, who had a chance to win race 1. But back on the podium positioning so far at the moment. Dan Holland, look at that, up 13 places. Incredible from him. Oh, and there's a spin there from a NXTGEN driver. That's Lee Horn, who's spun. Coming out of maggots there. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. And he had Dan Holland on his inside. Oh, and it was contact with Dan Holland. The two just came together. Oh, one for the stewards later, maybe. Not too sure. Oh, look at that. That's Mikey Doble on the outside of William Foyle there. Doble's up to 6th place. And crucially, he's right behind his championship rival, who's already back up to 5th place. Bobby Thompson, what a comeback. He was at the back a few laps ago. Brilliant from him, who's just set his personal best. Out at the front, Poulter has got himself ahead of Allen. Now let's see if we can go back and review that. If we can't, I apologise. Here we go, we found it. So it was through Brooklands. Oh, and it might have been contact. And in fact, it's put Gavin Allen down the order. Oh, one for the stewards later. There's plenty to look at in this race. The stewards are going to have a headache in this one. But it's all splitting up a little bit as drivers are coming together. Drivers are going off the track and all sorts. Poulter leads. 7 places gained for him. Allen in 2nd and Peters on the podium again. But we're watching Mikey Doble here, trying to charge down his championship rival, who took him out of the point scoring in race 1. Bobby Thompson ahead of him, who's got Colin Martin ahead of him in the 666 machine. Thompson gets a very good run out of Copse. Might he find the inside or outside for Maggots Corner? Let's find out. He's right on the rear of the 666 machine, but stays behind, and he'll probably try and undercut. Look at that undercut there. That is a superb move from Bobby Thompson. Just let Martin make that mistake of running wide. Power down real early to get in ahead of him before the even straight came. Doble trying the inside of Colin Martin here, and he's got Jamie Dory on his outside, who tucks back in behind. Oh, Doble trying the inside. Oh, and it's a rear end tap from Doble, who collects Jamie Dory there, but Dory's able to carry on. Doble can't keep his nose out of trouble today, it seems. A similar kind of contact that he made on Bobby Thompson. But 12th place is gained for Doble. You've got to say this is a big charge through. There's only 6 minutes to go. Battle there. Gavin Allen, who was leading this race for some laps, now down to 12th place with the contact he had with Poulter behind Lee Horn, trying to make his way back up. He's alongside Mark Flanders here. Inside going to Maggots Corner. Keep it tight on the inside. Can try and get it past Gavin Allen as well on this straight here. Gavin Allen, who has a bit of damage, which on iRacing slows you down a huge amount. As Lee Horn takes to the outside of Gavin Allen in the green 99 machine, and has got past. The comeback has started from Lee Horn. Tom Delaney, hats off to him so far, up 10 places to 10th. A good showing from him in this race. Now back at the front, Poulter still just ahead of Matt Allen. Matt Allen, who was creeping up towards the battle for first and second in race 1. He's now in the battle for first and second here in race 2. And there's a bit of a gap to Ollie Peters behind, who's got Bobby Thompson to worry about behind him. And the next battle along is Mikey Doble versus Jamie Dory. Dory 5th in the championship coming into this race. Wanted to get some points back. He might get some points back on Dan Holland, but Thompson, Peters and Doble, who are ahead of him in the championship, getting away from him as he looks to the outside of Doble here going into Brooklands. Doesn't quite make it. Doble's able to hang on to it. He's able to carry the speed through the corner. Further back here, Addy battling again with Gavin Allen, but this is now for 13th place. Tom Delaney down to 11th, losing the position to Lee Horn. Just ahead of Stephen Daly here. Stephen Daly trying to find the inside for Copse Corner here. Inside he goes, and Tom Delaney just turns across. He must have known he was there. He must have had a spotter call in, but probably didn't know how close, should I say, it was Delaney. Delaney just carries on as if nothing's happened there. Delaney got the worst of it. But into 11th place goes Daly. Back at the front, Matt Allen has got his way past Poulter. Let's see if we can see that. Oh, Poulter wide coming out of Maggots Corner onto the sausage curb on the outside there. Easy pickings there for Matt Allen. And they've got a few laps to go. Allen stretches away a little bit from Poulter in 2nd place. Peters there in 3rd, still guarding off from Bobby Thompson. And back here, Dory alongside. His nose is ahead of Mikey Doble there, but Doble will have the inside for the long Maggots Corner coming up in just a few seconds time. Braking now. Jamie Dory has taken the position from Doble. Brilliant move from Jamie Dory much later on the brakes, but Doble might get a faster exit from the corner. Coming down the Wellington straight here, he might be able to get back alongside the next-gen machine. To Brooklands, Dory keeps the position and the top 5 at the moment. Allen still leading the way from Poulter, in fact might be stretching it away ever so slightly. This will in fact be Matt Allen's 3rd win of the season. He's had a few this season. I believe it was Gavin Allen I thought hadn't got a podium yet this season, but Matt Allen's had a few, and a few wins here and there, so a good showing from Matt so far. Poulter in 2nd place there. He's got Ollie Peters closing in, who still has Bobby Thompson hounding his rear. Into Maggots they go. And Peters got a little bit out of shape coming out the corner there. Thompson didn't get such a good run himself, which is very rare for Bobby. Into Brooklands. Peters half defends. Thompson swaps to the inside. There might have been a little bit of contact there, but Thompson gets himself into 3rd place and onto the podium again. Round Luffield they go. There'll be 1 lap to go as Matt Allen will start a final lap here. He probably should have won race 1 with the collision happening between Thompson and Doble, but he's only got 1 lap to go to redeem that, to win this race. He just has to keep it on the black stuff and keep the car in a straight line to get that win here. Poulter under pressure now to keep 2nd place. He's had a podium already tonight, as has Bobby Thompson and Ollie Peters behind him now. Thompson taking a very unconventional line into Maggots there to try and get a good exit, but he hangs himself on the outside. Peters drifts it round the corner to try and get the inside of Thompson, but he couldn't get there. But Thompson has now found the inside of Poulter coming down the Wellington straight here. We'll have the inside going into Brooklands. Advantage Thompson at the moment, and Peters might be able to follow Thompson through. Poulter went to the fend but couldn't do it. Now Thompson takes 2nd place. Peters is charging for Poulter for 3rd place round the outside. You've got to say Poulter has the better line of the two, and he does. But we must switch to the leader. Matt Allen wins his 3rd win of the season. The driver with the 2nd most victories in the series, 7th coming into tonight's race, has certainly gained a few positions out of that tonight. He might have got himself in the top 5 in the championship with that win. Thompson takes 2nd. It's 1st and 2nd for Bobby so far today. Nice drift round Copse there. Nice drift. Very good. 10 points. Richard Poulter takes 3rd place, and 2 3rd place finishes in a row for him. Mighty impressive from him. But Ollie Peters, 4th place for him, who was 3rd place coming to tonight, will probably hang on to 3rd place. Jamie Dory came through in 5th place. Good performance for him, gaining 9 places to 5th. Mikey Doble finished 6th in the end, gaining 11th places from near enough the back. And another interesting race there. No such dramatic ending like there was in race 1, but a good race nonetheless from these drivers. When we do provide the results, which will be now, we'll be going for a break for race 3. But here are the results of the Next Gen Racing iRacing Legends race 2 here at Silverstone. Matt Allen takes the win with Bobby Thompson 2nd, Richard Poulter 3rd, Peters 4th, Dory 5th. Doble takes 6th, having gained 11 places. Will Foyle drops 1 place to 7th place. 8th place, 11 places gained by Dan Holland, up to 8th there. 9th for Jeff Perkis, 10th for Stephen Daly. 11th Lee Horn, with Dave Newsham in 12th. Matthew Addy drops from the front row at the start of the race to 13th, as does Gavin Allen to 14th. 15th for Colin Martin, 16th is Dave Whitehouse, Ian Crosby 17th, 18th Michael Smith, and the 2 at the back, Mark Flanders and Tom Delaney. But your top 3 for that race were Matt Allen, Bobby Thompson and Richard Poulter. We'll be going away for a short break. We'll be back for race 3 very, very soon, which will be a full reverse grid in which the top spot will be Tom Delaney on pole position. Don't go away, people. We'll be back for race 3 very, very shortly. The GP Box is an online marketplace for motorsports merchandise and memorabilia. Browse for a whole range of motorsports products in all forms of motorsport. Take Formula 1 for example. There is a whole section dedicated to Formula 1 products from your favourite drivers, cars, teams or tracks from all eras of Formula 1. There are more series available, including WRC if you are a rally fan. You can even search for your favourite form of motorsport to see what products they have in your favourite forms of motorsport. Or, if yourself are a retailer in motorsport, you could set up your own shop within the GP Box to open up your products to a much bigger motorsport audience. Find out more at thegpbox.com. The GP Box is an online marketplace for motorsports merchandise and memorabilia. Browse for a whole range of motorsports products in all forms of motorsport. Take Formula 1 for example. There is a whole section dedicated to Formula 1 products from your favourite drivers, cars, teams or tracks from all eras of Formula 1. There are more series available, including WRC if you are a rally fan. You can even search for your favourite form of motorsport to see what products they have in your favourite forms of motorsport. Or, if yourself are a retailer in motorsport, you could set up your own shop within the GP Box to open up your products to a much bigger motorsport audience. Find out more at thegpbox.com. The GP Box is an online marketplace for motorsports merchandise and memorabilia. Browse for a whole range of motorsports products in all forms of motorsport. Take Formula 1 for example. There is a whole section dedicated to Formula 1 products from your favourite drivers, cars, teams or tracks from all eras of Formula 1. There are more series available, including WRC if you are a rally fan. You can even search for your favourite form of motorsport to see what products they have in your favourite forms of motorsport. Or, if yourself are a retailer in motorsport, you could set up your own shop within the GP Box to open up your products to a much bigger motorsport audience. Find out more at thegpbox.com. The GP Box is an online marketplace for motorsports merchandise and memorabilia. Browse for a whole range of motorsports products in all forms of motorsport. Take Formula 1 for example. There is a whole section dedicated to Formula 1 products from your favourite drivers, cars, teams or tracks from all. Good evening and welcome back to Silverstone for round 5 of the NXTGEN PowerMax Racing iRacing League featuring the legends. There we go. Tonight at Silverstone National Circuit. My name's Alex Everett, your commentator and broadcaster tonight. Brought to you by Crest Autosports. Do give us a subscribe and a like on our YouTube and Twitch channel, and also give a like if you're watching on the NXTGEN channel on Facebook. Tonight, the legends here at Silverstone, and a little bit of a recap and a preview of what's to come next in this fantastic league. Round 1 started all them weeks ago at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. Round 2 was Donington Park. Round 3 Lime Rock Park. Round 4 was Oulton Park last week, and this week is Silverstone National, which sadly got a week off next week, but in 2 weeks from today we'll be back for round 6 at Snetterton. Round 7 will be the Daytona bike course in Florida, and then over to Australia for the fictional Oulton Park circuit. Round 9 and round 10 are both ovals, but 2 different types of ovals. Bristol Motor Speedway, the tarmac oval, or concrete oval, whichever one it is round 9, and round 10 is the Lanier Speed Park, a dirt oval. So this series is covering 3 different mediums of iRacing: circuit racing, oval racing, and dirt racing. So tonight we've had qualifying, 15-minute race, and another 15-minute race. We've got another 15-minute race, surprise, surprise, coming up very, very shortly. But this race is, well, it's not what it says there. It says reverse 10 there, but it's actually a full reverse. So 20 drivers will be reversed for this third race. So, we have got coming up very, very shortly. Not crashes, but dear me. Race 3. A full reverse grid of 20 drivers, and starting on pole position will be Tom Delaney. Finishing last of the finishers in Race 2 has its benefits that you get to start at the front of the grid for Race 3 and make up for lost time and lost positions. But speaking of which, tonight has done wonders for you spectators when it comes to the championship results, as it's closed a lot of the positions right up. Mikey Doble still leads the championship, but with his finishes today and Bobby Thompson's successes today, it has closed the gap between the two of them to only 4 points. Mikey Doble on 256 points, 252 points to Bobby Thompson. Ollie Peters is in third place and has established a pretty decent gap in third place, quite a way behind Bobby Thompson by 41 points, but he's ahead of Dan Holland by 17 points. Dan Holland, as we mentioned, in fourth place, and Matt Allen, who won his third race of the season, takes fifth in the championship, 1 point ahead of Jamie Dury in sixth place. So it's very, very interesting in the championship. And we've got another race to go tonight, and that'll be halfway. The first half of the season done and dusted after this race coming up in just over 2 minutes' time. But the start of race 2 was very interesting indeed. It was very side-by-side action-based. It was almost like an IndyCar race, or a NASCAR race. Very wide circuit and very fast, so all the drivers getting very close to one another and trying to get the best on one another and not give the car alongside them any way to get in front of them. So we expect to see very similar in race 3. And race 1, with drivers in their grid positions based pretty much on their pace, with no reverse grids or anything like that to affect how close they get in the opening few laps. The drama very much came towards the end of the race in race 1. So race 3, a combination of the both potentially, as people will start to consider the championship very, very much so at this point in the season. You want to be in a good, all drivers I guess will want to be in a good position when it comes to the championship past this halfway point after this race, so they know where they are and where they need to charge towards, I guess, for the rest of the season. And with the rest of the season, there's some very, very different tracks, excuse me, coming up. Snetterton, a bit like this, where it's quite a simple track, but a little bit narrower and a few more slower corners. So that'll be an interesting one. And then after that, Daytona, which is a sweeping track with a speedway. A banked oval as part of the layout, so it's going to be a little bit like this, where there's a lot of drafting and side-by-side action. Oulton Park is quite twisty and quite hilly, so it's very much a driver's track there. We've also got to look forward to the ovals, pure oval racing from these drivers. So the kind of IndyCar style driver we saw in race 2 moments ago, we'll probably see more of that later on those oval layouts, which will conclude the season and decide our champions. Or champion, should we say. But we're about to get ready for race 3 here at Silverstone National. So on pole position would be Tom Delaney, Mark Flanders second, with Michael Smith third, Ian Crosby fourth, with David Whitehouse fifth and Colin Martin sixth, Gavin Allen seventh, with Matthew Addy eighth, Dave Newsham followed by Lee Horn rounding out the top 10, Daly and Perkis on the 6th row. 7th row will be taken by Dan Holland and Will Foyle. 8th row, Mikey Doble and Jamie Dury. Ollie Peters 17th, Richard Poulter 18th, and the back row, Bobby Thompson and Matt Allen, as they finished first and second in race 2. And the lights are red. That was good timing from me. And we are about to get underway here at Silverstone. Away they go. Tom Delaney gets away first, coming off the line, but coming into turn 1, it's very much looking like Mark Flounders takes the lead here at Silverstone. Coming around the first corner, he was on the Discord, very nervous while starting on the front row, but what a start from him. Into the lead he goes. Approaching Maggots we go. Look at this, round about the 8th place marker. Addy and others on this car's already sideways and side by side, and round goes 15 car. That was Matthew Addy. He rejoins, but we've got to get back to the front as Thomas Delaney has got away. And Flounders has already dropped down the order. He's down in 4th place now. Michael Smith in 2nd. Dave Whitehouse in 3rd there. Flounders, side-to-side contact with Gavin Allen. He spins in front of the field, and he gets collected by William Foyle, and he collects a next-gen car. I think that was Lee Horn. No, it was Jamie Dury, but Lee Horn is at the back as well. So a bad night at the moment for next-gen. Thomas Delaney peels off for some reason to let cars go. Has he got damage? Not entirely sure what's happened to Tom Delaney. He doesn't say he's had a crash, but he's recovering. It might have been a slowdown. But leading is Michael Smith after a very topsy-turvy first lap. Leads ahead of Dave Whitehouse in second place. Gavin Allen third. Dan Holland, who has come up the order many positions throughout the night, is in fourth. But look at this, Dave Whitehouse is making a move for the lead. He's got Allen right behind him, pushing him through. Michael Smith is on his outside, still trying to hang on to the position. Out of Maggots they go, and they make contact off the track. They go, and Dave Whitehouse spins round, and he drops down the order, having been in the lead just for a moment there. But we carry on down the road. Dan Holland, has taken the lead here from Gavin Allen. And through he goes. Stephen Daly behind him takes the position. Gavin Allen involved in that instant with Dave Whitehouse. Might be in a little bit of trouble with the stewards later. Not entirely sure what happened between them. I'm not a steward. I'm just a commentator. But we got Dave Newsham behind in fourth place, challenging for the podium as well. Back here as well. Look at that. We're watching Jeff Purkis here, but behind him, William Paul is battling with Bobby Thompson for the top 10 spot. We've also got Ollie Peters alongside Mikey Doble there. Oh, 3-2 wide battles going on here through Cobbs as it staggers through in a zigzag shape between all these cars. Up towards Maggots they go. That is Jeff Purkis in the 17 machine alongside Matt Allen. Can he keep it on the inside? He's very tight on the inside, but the undercut there from Bobby Thompson. He loves that move, does Bobby. And it's another 3 wide, and back there's a spin from Mikey Doble. Doble, the championship leader, spins. Coming round the corner, Doble's the one with the green numbers and the green bonnet. Oh, and he spins it on the sausage curb and nearly collects William Foyle at it while he's at it. But it looked like he spun by himself, did Mikey, and he's got to catch up as Bobby Thompson is now in a very good position to take the championship lead after tonight. As he pushes along teammate Matt Allen. Sorry, Matt Allen's not his teammate. What am I talking about? It's a very similar looking car. Couple of Dave Newsham fans on the live stream. There he is in third place, closing in on the top two. Daly and Holland, who were both very quick in practice, as was Newsham. So what can Newsham do? Can he get his first win of the season here? Holland has already had a win and Daly hasn't. Down this back straight here. Tries the inside, takes a late braking. Daly goes out wide to try and take. Oh, that's a brilliant defending from Newsham to guard the inside for Lovefield. So trying the undercut, or the overcut should I say, was Daly, but Newsham covered it off very well. Good overtake there, who can now make his way towards Dan Holland, who by the way has gained 12 places so far in this race. Dan Holland is the absolute train when it comes to getting through the field. He's done it in race 2. He's done it in pretty much every meeting. The king of the reverse grid, it seems. But let's look at further back in the field while they get closer together, hopefully, as Jeff Purkis in the top 10, right behind Matt Allen there, and just ahead of William Fall and Lee Horn. It's Purkis, Fall and Horn fight together in the Next Gen Race Room League. So they're very used to battling each other. It's wide, there goes Matt Allen, just ahead of the mystery machine of Jeff Purkis. Let's see what else is going on the track. Bobby Thompson, let's keep a track on him. 6th place at the moment, his championship rival. Mikey Doble is down in 14th place. So it's very much ball in Thompson's court. When it comes to the championship, he'll know that. He hasn't really, neither of them have got any other rivals. Ollie Peters, their closest rival, more than 40 points back from them. If anything happens to those two drivers and Peters closes back in on them. Holland leads another lap here at Silverstone. And we're just over the 3rd way marker. Newsham's trying to close him down. Gavin Allen in 4th place there. Poulter is in 5th place there. He's had a very good night, we've got to say. He's charging towards a podium here, and if that he can make it 3 in a row, that would be real impressive from Richard tonight. But we've also got Thompson to keep an eye on, as he is going to try and make his way towards the podium. Poulter and Thompson, the biggest movers so far tonight, with 13 places gained. And Dave's son, Callum, cheering him on in the chat there. Let's see if Dave can get his first win of the season tonight. But Dan Holland has been quick all season long. He's won a race already. And very, very quick indeed. But Dave Newsham has set the faster lap of the two. But Holland slightly quicker on that lap. But only by about half a tenth. So really not much between them. We'll come back to them very, very shortly. It's all dispersing just a little bit. These little tiny battles are splitting up a little bit as drivers break away from packs. Matt Allen here trying to close in on the battle between Crosby and Peters. Peters, who has also had a very good night tonight, has well and truly established himself in that 3rd place spot in the championship. He is battling Dan Holland for that position, but Dan Holland is near 20 points behind coming into this race. It'll close up a fair bit if it finishes as it is, but Peters is going strong in tonight's race to withstand his grasp on 3rd place in the championship. Let's have a little look at further down the order. We've got Doble here, recovering. He hasn't got any damage on the car, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. He's 10 seconds down from the top spot. He needs more battles to happen ahead of him for him to gain more places. He's a long way down from Bobby Thompson and will lead the will lose the lead in the championship after tonight's race. Thompson's going into maggots now as Doble's just exited Cops. Oh, and slow on the inside there was Ian Crosby. Nearly got in the way of a few drivers there. As he lets by Matt Allen and potentially William Foyle here. Yes, he does. And Lee Horn's going to try and gain the position from him as well to break into the top 10. Inside goes the Next Gen machine. He's got William Foyle to lead him through. Can Horn come across and defend? Yes, he does. He did what Newsham did a few laps ago on Daly. Into the top 10 goes Horn, who hasn't had the best of nights, but trying to make up for it in this race. Back at the front, Holland has lost a little bit of ground from Newsham, it seems. Still less than half a second between them, and Daly is not giving up in 3rd place. Newsham taking tighter line round the corner, try and carry a bit more speed through the corner and gain on Holland. In these cars, it's just so difficult to get the edge on the car in front of you when you're so tight on pace, which clearly these three are. Newsham takes a deeper line into the corner. Round left field they go now, keeping it. Newsham's style is very much keeping it tight on the apex, and we'll see if it works. Holland is very, very quick though, as we've seen in many races, and on this track today he's been the one who's probably gained the most places when it comes to comparing to start to finish positions. And Newsham was about half a tenth quicker on that lap as he closed in to within quarter of a second. Through maggots they go, taking that tighter line yet again. Back here, it's closing up for the battle for 4th. Allen versus Poulter and Bobby Thompson closing in. Further back, Peters has broke away from Matt Allen and will try to gain on this battle for 4th. Mikey Doble still in 14th place. There's no battles happening ahead of him, so he's not making up too much ground. But the battle ahead of him for what looks like 11th place might help him out a little bit. but Ian Crosby's real close to William Full and Lee Horn as well. So, battle for 9th here, raging on. Newsham and Holland very close on times coming across the line there. But the quicker of the three was Stephen Daly, who closes into Newsham. What Newsham doesn't want is Daly making a move. But Daly is teammates, it seems, with Holland, having running the same Ivy Avenue livery. So Newsham's very much on his own in this battle here. But he will not want Daly making a move, as that will slow their momentum and they'll drop back from Holland. Oh, and look at Newsham close in on Holland through Brooklands there. Much quicker than both of them cars going through Brooklands there was Newsham. Coming out of Luffield, he gained a little bit on the last part of that lap there. Not much time to go. And Holland is just keeping this in check at the moment. 2.5 minutes to go. Newsham the quicker of the three. Kelly Baker, Newsham, it's a Newsham sandwich, yep. Newsham's the filling, and he's got 2 bread bits that he doesn't particularly want around him. And it disperses a little bit between these three. Holland breaks away with 2 minutes to go in this session. Let's see if there's anything else going on. Oh, a spin there from Ian Crosby will drop out of the top 10 contention. See if we can catch that again. And it was a battle between Doble and Jamie Dory. And just taking that sausage curve, that's fell prey to many drivers tonight. And it's come to bite Crosby in the final part of the night here. Oh, and look how wide Holland went there. Will that give him a slowdown penalty? And look at that, Dave Newsham's going to look to the outside. He's not close enough to make a move yet, but he is as close as he has been all race long. He'll try the move on the inside, but it's guarded off by Holland, who understeers. Dave Newsham takes the lead here at Silverstone as Holland runs wide at Maggott's corner there. And into the lead goes Newsham, and he'll start the final lap next time by. And look at that, Daly is pushing along Holland, saying, come on, dude, get back into the lead of the race. There's only 1 lap to go after this one. Newsham leads. Holland is second. Daly is third. And coming around left field they go. They'll start the final lap. The white flag will wave for the drivers. Out the corner goes Newsham. XBTCC driver in the lead here at Silverstone. The number 50 machine there. Start his final lap now. Holland has led much of the race, and he's already won a race this season. He will know what to do to try and take it, but can he do it? That's the question. Newsham guards the inside line as he goes into Maggott's on the conventional line. Into the corner he goes, keeps it nice and tight on the inside. Good run out of the corner from Holland there. Desperately good run out of the corner there. Now they're side by side. Just a bumper between them. That's Dan Holland's view. Into Brooklands they go. Newsham goes into the corner in the first place, but they stay side by side. Holland will have the inside going into left field corner. Yes, he does. Newsham keeps the inside and outside and runs wide into the side of Daly he goes, and he spins it round, but Holland will come through to win the race with a fantastic move on the final part of that race there. Bad luck for Newsham, but brilliant stuff from Holland to take back the lead on the final corner of the race. Daly comes through in second, and Dave Newsham is down to 10th place. What could have been for him. Thompson, what a charge through. 16 places gained. Nice drift, Bobby. Puts himself into third. Richard Poulter, 4th place. Not quite another podium for him, but still a very good night from him. Gavin Allen in second place, and the drivers showing off at the end as they usually like to. Now let's get another view of Dave Newsham here. Runs wide and tries to tuck back in behind, but on his inside was Stephen Daly, and not enough room to turn around, although he does anyway. A sad 10th place for Dave Newsham. So, condolences to the Newsham fans there. But your race winner was Dan Holland, and what a race that was. Here are the results of the race that confirms the end of the first half of the season. Dan Holland wins from Stephen Daly in second place. Third place goes to Bobby Thompson. 1, 2, 3 for Bobby Thompson, first, second and third. Richard Poulter takes fourth. Gavin Allen fifth with Ollie Peters sixth. Matt Allen seventh with Lee Horn in eighth. William Foyle takes ninth from Dave Newsham, who finishes 10th on the final lap there. Jeff Perkins 11th. Mikey Doble 12th with drama earlier on. Jamie Dory 13th with Colin Martin 14th. 15th Matthew Addy. Ian Crosby 16th. Michael Smith 17th. 18th Tom Delaney. 19th and 20th with Flounders and Dave Whitehouse. So there we go. That has been tonight's Next Gen Legends. We have a week off next week, so do tune in 2 weeks' time, where we'll be back with the round at Snetterton to start the second half of the season. I'll see if the points have updated. They have. So the championship sit rep, I can't show them to you on the screen, I'm afraid, because we don't have the ability to transfer the graphics that quickly, but one day we might be able to. But Bobby Thompson now leads the championship for the first time this season on 270 points. 5 points ahead of Mikey Doble, who had drama in that third race. Not a good night for Mikey Doble tonight, as it all falls away from him. Ollie Peters, third in the championship on 226 points. But join us in 2 weeks for the Snetterton round of round 6. I've been Alex Everett, your commentator tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all the Newsham fans, all the Thompson fans, all the other driver fans. Thank you for watching. We'll be back in a few weeks' time for round 6. Thank you for watching.